Ukraine blew up another bridge. Again, I'm not saying Ukraine doesn't have a right to defend itself. I'm just saying that this is the second major escalation in as many days from Ukraine, and it has me concerned that they really aren't interested in peace talks.
Exactly.
Now, maybe there were counterattacks from, you know, from Russia that were not as publicized. But to me, it seems like this is yet another escalation. At this exact moment, allegedly, I don't know if he's landed yet, but reports were that Zelensky was on his way to Washington today.
Oh,
and yet they blew up this bridge.
Gonna beg for more money. That's the thing is, I don't understand what Ukraine is doing with this, because unless they do get assistance from the U.S., there's no way they're gonna win this. And and the U.S. has no business taking part in any of this. I say stay the heck out of it.
It's crazy to me that Zelensky knew that, allegedly knew about these operations when he had that confrontation with JD Vance and Trump in the White House last time. Like, he is increasingly insufferable to me, but also like he just gambles with everybody's money and everybody's lives.
Yeah, and everybody's lives but his own. He can come over here and be on his little tours while his people are dying.
Right. He gets to say, like, well, if you don't help us, many Ukrainians will suffer. But also, I know that they're about to suffer because I've been planning for it. Like, what
exactly.
Are we doing?
And he wants to go and dress up and pretend like he's a part of the war, like dress up in his little
LARPing uniform.
Yeah, his little LARPing uniform. And to try to make himself look like, oh, he's just neck deep in the woods of it. And it's like, no, like this guy is taking his little US tours, begging for money, while 18-year-olds are dying over there.
Well, and he needs the war maybe more than anybody else right now, because they suspended elections because it's wartime. So he's term limited, but he gets to stay president as long as this conflict is going on. Like, that doesn't seem self-serving to anybody.
Yeah, it's, again, I am not saying that Ukraine can't defend itself or, whatever the case may be. But I thought we were talking about peace, and now this is for the second time in 24 hours or 48 hours.
And this attack, I don't know, didn't seem very defensive to me. It seemed more antagonistic, but I don't know. I don't know all the specifics, but
if you were Ukrainian at this point, and I'm not, so I can't say for sure, I get that, but wouldn't you say, Zelensky, you've had a long time, and it seems like you're isolating us from America more than ever, and also you're increasing aggression against Russia. Like, everything you would want for the fighting to stop seems not closer, and Zelensky is still in charge. To me, that would call for a change in leadership.
Well, I said that yesterday in a tweet, and some people were very upset. But
why? Why are they upset?
The only way this war is ending is getting rid of Zelensky.
Yeah.
And then people are like, yeah, but what about Putin? I said what I said.
Right.
Like, if you get rid of Putin, the next guy's going to take over and be worse.
Yeah.
So, I happen to believe we installed Putin in the first place. In the 10 years before this war, there were a million articles in mainstream media that were referring to Ukraine as the most corrupt nation on earth. Then suddenly it was like, oh, Zelensky, the guy that was a reality guy. Oh, we like him. Like, he definitely isn't a puppet for the Democrats. He definitely isn't. He definitely didn't start this war for Joe Biden. Like, this idea that, like, yeah, I'm no Putin fan, okay? But, Putin is not going to stop. Taking out Putin would not stop the war. It would actually escalate it. And when I say taking out, I just mean, hey, maybe he gets voted out or, whatever the case may be. I'm not saying, like, any, anything weird, I don't know. I am increasingly pessimistic. You say Russia and Ukraine fail again to agree to ceasefire, but commit to prisoner swap. Okay, well, that's good. But what are they even doing? Are they, like, why drag this out? If you want peace, get after it already. I'm not sure why are they bombing each other, and I don't understand it. Putin is bad, but Zelensky's just as bad, in my opinion. I think that Zelensky knows he can't win this war. and he's walking around with his little chest and his cocaine pouch, acting like we're not completely funding this. And what's going to happen when Russia gets sick of pretending that this isn't NATO, attacking him? What's going to happen when Russia says, all right, enough. We want to end the war. You have to stop funding this war. We're going to take the next attack as an attack from NATO. And then we tell Zelensky, hey, chill out. And then he doesn't listen.
Why would Zelensky listen at all right now? I mean, I don't think it has to escalate any further. He's obviously willing to gamble with the loyalty that NATO has pledged to him. And honestly, I think that that his treatment, again, like I said, I don't think he's valuing the lives of his own people. I also don't think he is thinking about anyone but himself. He wants to stay in power, and that's it. Otherwise, I think he would take peace more seriously.
Yeah, it absolutely seems that way. Again, people who are like pro-Ukraine are like, well, yeah, but Putin could have like not invaded them. Yeah, we agree.
Yeah.
What are we talking about now, 3 years later? Like, I'm not interested in how we got here. I'm interested in how we can end this. And if you don't have a time machine, then I don't really want to hear, yeah, I think it's fair. Nate points out in chat that Trump was a TV guy too. You may be right about Zelensky, but that doesn't help your argument. That part is true. But like, at least Trump was in politics before he was essentially installed. Trump has never stopped the elections. He has questioned them, but he has not stopped elections like Zelensky did. He has not taken out journalists. He has not conscripted people against their will. He has not. There was some weird stuff with the churches, banned churches, I think, right? There's a lot of stuff
with
he's
Zelensky
done.
And the split with the Orthodox Church.
Yes, I believe I thought he did because they were like sympathetic to Russia. I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, there's one that's like the Russian Orthodox Church, and then there was a split. So there's the Ukrainian Orthodox Church, like, and one is more sympathetic to separatism, and one is more sympathetic to Russia. I think that I don't know. I feel like so much of the lip service that's paid to like, oh, we want peace. It's interesting to me. Sorry, I'm trying to think of how to say this. All of the people who were like, let us put up blue and yellow flags. Let us talk about how important this is. Let's talk about the conflict. Why are you tolerating this? Like, yes, if Russia was the aggressor at the beginning, fine. But hypothetically, Zelensky is supposed to be more friendly to the U.S., yet he doesn't seem to care for anything except for getting money. I mean, it doesn't seem like he is trying to de-escalate this at all. And I know, again, that there's been some tension more recently between Trump and Putin. On the other hand, I can only imagine that Russia is becoming tired of trying to, like you said, pretend this isn't a NATO thing. And also, like, there's actually a point to negotiating. If Zelensky's always going to change his mind, I don't know. It just seems like this whole thing is becoming it's unraveling very quickly.
Yeah, well, and it's losing all public support. Like at this point, just I want out completely. And Trump, I know he wants to be the peacemaker in chief, and I know it hurts him. He wants to be the guy that brought this to the end, but he really needs to cut bait.